Let's get back to basics on Brexit. We wanted to hear exactly how this vote is expected to go on Thursday and what will happen once the results are known. That's what I discussed with Damian Chalmers, Professor of European Union Law at the London School of Economics and Political Science.
There'll be a simple question, should the United Kingdom remain part of the European Union? That the booths will be open from 7 o'clock in the morning till 10 o'clock in the evening. It's a simple head count. It's not just British citizens that can vote, but also Irish and Commonwealth citizens, as well as citizens in Gibraltar. There will be no exit polls, partly because they're deemed to be a little bit unreliable. And then counting will take place through the night, with a view probably to announcing the result about 7 o'clock in the morning, British time on Friday.
And if UK decides to leave the EU, what happens then? Will this country see changes immediately?
Yes and no. If the UK decides to leave the EU tomorrow, it won't. I think it will still actually, paradoxically, probably be a member of the European Union for the next 2 to 3 years while it renegotiates its exit with the EU. However, what will happen there'll be significant political and legal changes. Politically, there'll be probably questions thrown up about the future of both our two political leaders. David Cameron has obviously campaigned very strongly for a Remain vote, maybe seen not to have the authority to continue as our Prime Minister. There are some in the Labour Party who have cast doubt about whether Jeremy Corbyn has campaigned sufficiently intensely for the Remain vote, and therefore may see this as a cause to sort of throw in question his leadership. So there will be political uncertainty. The first decision that will have to be taken will be whether the UK formally triggers the process of leaving. Under the treaties, it has to formally notify the other member states and the EU, and there's then a 2-year process of negotiation. Those who are arguing that we should leave argue they should wait a little while, and that informal negotiations should take place before these formal negotiations, whereas David Cameron has said the opposite. So there'd almost certainly be a cabinet meeting sometime probably early next week, and already these splits about tactics would have to be played out there and then.
Well, let me ask you another question. If the UK decides